Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am here with your weekly reading. This is the reading for the week of August 16th, 2021. I'm just going to get a Black Power Tarot card here as a theme for this week. And I have to say, I'm already getting kind of like a confused vibe about this week. There's something, I guess, that must have shifted from the energies. And there just seems to be a lot going on. So let's see if we can get a card. Thank you, Spirit. Awesome. We have the moon, which absolutely makes sense. The moon is about confusion. And it's really like the value in that confusion. Because in this card we see a domesticated animal, a wild animal, and a lobster coming out of a pool. And there's two towers in the background, but above is the moon. Yeah. There's so many things going on there. It's almost like there's an intersection of change, chaos even. And I've been feeling that a lot. Just this morning, just trying to get like hold of a thought has just been like, what? So let's see what the confusion is bringing us this week. I am going to use my Dream Enchantress Tarot. Now the moon is associated with chaos. And chaos is, well, the moon is considered feminine. And there's been this idea lately of, well, not this idea. In the energies previously, there's been this very big feeling coming through for me, at least, that the energies are shifting toward the feminine. Now, over the past few weeks here and there, I've been feeling a balancing between the masculine and the feminine energies. And again, when I say masculine and feminine energies, I'm strictly speaking energies. So there seems to be a kind of push of the feminine again. This is interesting. Let's see what Spirit has to say. I call on my divine masters and teachers to come into this reading with a message for the collective. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay. What is that? Okay. Oh, that was a jumper. Okay. Okay. All right. Huh. Okay. Wow. I didn't realize that was two cards. All right. Let's get this all laid out. Ooh. All right. Wow. Okay. So we've got, let's just I'm going to take a quick look and then I will show the cards. Wow. I don't think I've ever pulled the Fool card, or at least I haven't done so in a long time for a collective reading. So there's a lot of emotion here. But we do have the Empress out toward the end. So again, that's confirmation of the feminine. And of course, with all the cups, that's kind of an enhancement of that. But let's take a look. So we've got the King of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Empress, and the King of Wands. And it's funny, you know, we start and end the reading with a king. So crazy. Sorry. Okay. All right. So let's look at the King of Cups. Let's do this. Thank you. To the moon. Oh, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Fool card, the 0, Major Arcana. So the King of Cups, this is someone who is so I will say court cards are probably the most difficult cards. And usually, of course, when I think of kings in the energy, this is mature energy. So someone who is very much in charge of everything in the suite that it represents. So the King of Cups is the mature emotion, the mature person, the mature person in relationship, the mature person who is able to emote when necessary, but does not waste time on emoting if it's like giving that emotion if it's not necessary. So if it's not you, right, it could be someone in your circle, someone that closely resembles that kind of energy. Could be masculine, could be feminine, could be you know, any gender. Doesn't have to be a man when I'm talking about the king. But again, we're talking about someone who's very mature about how they feel, someone who's, you know, not going to go off the rails. So if that's you, that's you. And again, I do want to remind you, this is all about free will. This is not, you know, if this resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, pass it on by. So next we have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is a new relationship. So it could be that there is, you know, and it could be for some people, it could be, you know, whatever. It could be maybe you're starting, you know, a new friendship, a new, you know, it doesn't really matter what kind, but this card speaks to new beginnings, divinely created relationships that are coming through. Now we've got 2 9s coming up in the reading, and that to me seems like there's some sort of an independence happening. It could be the highest level of independence and self, self-worth. The Nine of Pentacles is someone who is able to, have their garden, harvest it, and you can see these two, I guess they're called fairies. They don't have wings though, but they're wearing like flowers as hats, like flower cups as hats. So it could be that you are independently, granting yourself, your own wealth. You know your worth. You know your value. And this is not externally granted. This is something that you've granted yourself. 9 is a number of, this is just before the number 10 of completion, right? And so when we look at this, we see, excuse the noise outside. When we look at this, we see a very independent person, but someone who has made that independence for them. Not basically without help. Then we have the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups it's another card of abundance, but it's basically like this card of where we are setting the stage for a party. We are, we're not only are we independent material-wise, but now we are independent emotionally, so that we can entertain whoever we want to entertain. And I don't know if you can see this card, but it's basically two like fairy-like creatures in masks. One is at the head of the boat, rowing the boat, and the other one is seated under some sort of like a plant. And they're rowing across this river, and underneath the water is the 9 cups. And so it's just kind of like having open passage. It's having this ability to define who, not only define how you make your money or how you create your resources, but also how you how you or socialize. You can choose to socialize with, like, and I say socialize, you can choose to have relationship with anyone you want, because you know yourself so well. I mean, that's pretty much what Nine of Cups is saying, is not only in the Nine of Pentacles do you know your worth, but in the Nine of Cups you also know your emotional awareness. You're aware of how you feel, and you're not only that, you're honoring how you feel with yourself, so that you know who you can invite in, and you can always handle it. So you've got healthy boundaries, you've got healthy relationships, healthy, you can welcome almost anybody into your life. And here comes the Empress. So the Empress in the Major Arcana is connected to the earth. I want to say connected to the earth. Oh my goodness. I believe she's connected to the earth. I know it. But I feel like I want to check it too. So give me 1 second. Sorry for that reach. Okay. I wanted to pull out my helper cards to see, but I'm pretty sure she's connected to the earth. Where are you, Empress? Okay. No. Wow. Empress is connected to Venus. I'm so glad I checked. See, I'm trying to start learning that portion of tarot, is what planets are they connected to. So every time, and I will say, my view of this card, my personal view of this card, is that nothing comes through the rest of the tarot except through her. So there's the Zero, the Fool, the starting over, right? Then the next card after that is the Magician, which is the manifester. And then the next card after that is the High Priestess. So that's 0, 1, 2. Now we get to the third card. Typically, right? Wouldn't you imagine, this in a, wouldn't you imagine in a patriarchal society that the man would come first, the emperor, which comes after the empress, would come first? No, it does not. Nothing comes through, nothing comes to royalty, and nothing comes to being but through the Empress. And of course, this is, she is also connected with the planet Venus. Venus is the planet of love and relationships, and we can see that here very clearly. It could even be a matured relationship with yourself. A matured relationship with yourself, so that you are, excuse me, you have a sense of independence. I mean, it could be that way even if you're in a relationship, but you still have a sense of who you are without being, excuse me, without being lost in the sauce, right? So the Empress here is also about, now I related to Earth, but she is related to Earth. And the meaning of the Empress is also Earth. This is birth, fertility, could be creativity or being a container. But the other thing is, I don't see birth here. I see a new you, but I don't see birth. I see almost like a new human. I don't see it, and when I say a new human, I don't see a new human in baby form. I see a new humanity, a new kind of humanity coming forward. Because the thing is, I think this is a lot more, when we think of the feminine, I think this is a lot more than just, this is gentle and nurturing. I think this is the blending of the masculine and the feminine. Whew. Wow, sorry, my tongue got a little twisted there. It is the blending of the masculine and the feminine. And it's creating a new humanity. It's creating a new human, and not in baby form. It's creating a new idea of what being human means. Now, at the last card here is the King of Wands. So at one side of the reading, we have the King of Cups, who is mature about their emotions, and at the end, we have there's this evolved spirit of action in this King of Wands. Evolved maturity in action. Wow. So it's almost as if we're taking this lesson and we are learning how to be new humans, and once we get that idea, we are ready to act. We're mature. Not only are we reached maturity in that energy, but we're ready to act when necessary, and in the right way. When I say the right way, in the way that is the new human. Because this is what the Fool is all about. It's about new beginnings. This is the beginning of the tarot journey. And the Fool, I believe he is related to the Uranus. Yeah, Uranus. And so this is beginner's mind. Uranus is a planet of, Uranus is a planet of, oh gosh, breaking, it's kind of like it's not a harsh planet, but it makes you do things differently. Let's see. And currently Uranus is in Taurus. Yes, Uranus is a planet of revolution, sudden change, and visionary progress, and spends about 7 years in each sign. With Uranus in Taurus, there is innovative energy to be put into practical application. There can be sudden changes in finances and values for the society as a whole, and once made, they will be long-lasting. Great progress can be achieved as revolutionary approaches to saving the planet are considered and made manifest. This is a natural fit with the growing movement for conserving the Earth's resources. Yeah. Awesome. And so, just an FYI, the app that I'm using is, what is it called? Time Passages. So, if you'd like to download that and use it for yourself, that is awesome. Okay. All right. Let's see, we're at 21 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and I wanted to see if maybe Animal Spirit had a message for us. Since we're talking about the feminine, since we're talking about a connection to the earth, I'd like to see, I'm going to pull an Animal Spirit card and a Mystical Shaman Oracle card. All right. Animal spirits, do you have any messages for us related to this reading? Ooh, thank you. Octopus. All right, so there be the octopus. And where's the... Oh, here we go. All right. And we'll also pull Mystical Shaman Oracle. Okay. Okay, Spirit, do you have any guidance for us for this reading? As we move into this new energy, it's just so interesting when I start embracing the message and feeling into it and feeling the shift in the energy when it comes to this reading, and it's just like, ooh, you know, and I look at the octopus and I think, wow, that's definitely feminine, because the octopus has all these tentacles that can reach in any different direction, or it can all work together and go in one direction, right? Whereas, you know, and to me, that's feminine in that it's, you know, there's a nodal way of connecting and communicating, and you see the tentacles have the little suction cup thingies. I can never remember what they're called. But there's a way of connecting out into the universe as the feminine that the masculine energy can only do in layers. But my goodness, when that energy comes together to reach not only far across, but, you know, up and down, how powerful, you know? It'd be amazing to see that those energies coming together in this whole sense. Okay. So, all right, let's get a card from the Mystical Shaman deck. kind of hard to shuffle and all that good stuff. So let's see. Okay, we've got too many cards. Can we get one card, please, Spirit? Just one. Just one card. All right, try one more time. Yeah, still a lot of cards. Okay, here we go. It's just popped out. The Witness. All right, so we've got Octopus and the Witness for our guidance cards. Let's see. Okay, I need to put this back. Ugh. Animal Spirit. Oh, I turned right to Octopus. Okay, Octopus, Animal Spirit. Reaching, so the keywords are reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries and direction. The octopus signifies a wonderfully perceptive mind paired with a lack of healthy boundaries. Ooh, oof. Unfortunately, this results in well-intended but messy relationships. The octopus entwines itself into other people's business and shares their own without restraint. They believe that's what it means to be close. If you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of octopus is at play. Begin to establish healthy boundaries. Be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So when this energy is in balance, you are interested, engaged, and intelligent. But when it is out of balance, there is a needy, clingy, or lacking of courage energy. To bring into balance, make space for yourself and get into some talk therapy. Okay, that's interesting. I kind of liked my interpretation of it as the feminine energies kind of reaching out into eternity and having that nodal ability to come right back to center. But, you know, it can also be that you're lacking boundaries. But boundaries are a masculine idea. And not just masculine, but boundaries are, I think, you know, yes, they're necessary here. But when we're talking about a spiritual side, yes, there are spiritual boundaries you should have. But I think the classic idea in theory of the feminine having that ability to reach far out, right, as far as possible, and still connect back into a whole, it's still a beautiful idea, right? That's how I feel. But you all take the message as you need it, and, you know, again, scrap what you don't. All right, so the Witness, upright, number 64 for the Mystical Shaman card. Oh, wow. Is that the last card? 64? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, it is the last card. Okay. Okay. The Witness observes without engaging in any action. But this is the last card in that deck, which is funny because we've got the Fool, which is the first card in Tarot, out. Okay. So the essence, the Witness observes without engaging in any action. By cultivating inner stillness, we are able to assess any situation from a higher perspective and make better decisions. When we can be present for someone else's difficulties with stillness, then we are able to truly hear them and give better advice. Sometimes we can be so still that we are a mirror for the other. Then, through our presence, they receive their own answers. The invitation. The Witness that has been by your side all along is now ready to become your ally. You thought you were the doer, but today you discover that things happen when you get out of the way. Witness creation unfolding before you. Change reality by finding stillness and letting your true intent reveal itself. Yeah. Wow. Whew. Yeah. There's so much in this reading that is, I mean, I'm still under this, you know, under this La Lune La Luna card, with this idea of the feminine and chaos. So I really feel like the value, now I will say there is value in the reading if you find it and you need it and you hear it. I learned a lot with just these two cards, and I learned a lot by looking at what planets are connected to the major arcana and seeing where those planets are currently. So this reading to an outsider would probably look like chaos, but I'm glad that it happened, and I will see you midweek for a live reading. All right? Have a wonderful week, and I will see you soon.